A long time ago now, perhaps almost a year ago, I learned about the existence of a little game called LifeGen. It didn't exist the way it did now. It was originally an abandoned project that someone else had picked up and begun to add to. And while it was still very limited in what it was capable of and how the cats could interact, I thought it might be interesting to play here on my channel. And thus, Wyvernclan was born. Founded by Copperstar and a group of others to protect three ginger kits who were mistreated by the clans they came from due to a prophecy, Wyvernclan was meant to be a safe place, a clan trying hard to establish themselves and protect what they held dear. Life in Wyvernclan wasn't easy, however. As new cats were welcomed in from the outside, the cats found themselves at the whims of fate. Death, betrayal, murder, and loss began to plague them. But despite their trials, they grew strong and numerous. And eventually, with the survival of Wyvernclan assured for a long, long time, Copperstar herself died. However, Copperstar left behind a single kid of her own, Badgerhope. And even when the clan decided to split up due to lack of food and overpopulation, Badgerhope stayed behind in Wyvernclan. It's been a long time since then. The original save file for Wyvernclan was lost, and with it, all the cats that made up the clan as it was back then. But perhaps Wyvernclan's story isn't over forever. ClanGen has changed and grown since those old days. New challenges and mods for the game have begun to spring up, and among those mods is something that perhaps we can use to follow Wyvernclan once more. As generations and generations have passed among the cats of Wyvernclan, they have begun to face many more challenges and their numbers have begun to dwindle, but Copperstar's bloodline remains within the clan. And now, a new young ginger kit has been born, named in honor of Copperstar. So, let's follow young Copperkit and see the legacy that Wyvernclan has left behind. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Wyvernclan. Yes, it has been a long time since we've last seen or heard from this clan. They were the first clan that we've played with in ClanGen. I don't even know if there were many or, well, any ClanGen videos on YouTube before them. I do know that since then there's been like many newcomers both to my channel and to ClanGen as a whole who probably have never heard of Wyvernclan or like never experienced the old days of ClanGen where we just had a blank white screen. We didn't have the fancy sienna brown colors and the nice little boxes. Sometimes you would hit New Moon and it would just be completely blank and then suddenly a cat would be dead. Those were the old days. But since then, those cats though from Wyvernclan, those were the original on my channel. And I lost the old Wyvernclan save file and that has left a bit of a void in my heart. I will never be able to play with the old Wyvernclan again. And that just makes me sad. But since then, we've played with a few new clans. We've followed them, like, we've had like some modded clans, some unmodded clans, and among those mods was LifeGen, which allows the player to follow a single cat's story. You follow them from the time they're a kit, and just keep playing as them until who knows what happens. And honestly, for me and my ADHD brain that has trouble following stuff, that is just kind of perfect for me. I have trouble following more than just a few cats. Like, this is a small clan, but if I were to be expected to follow each one of their stories, I would be at a loss as to how to go about that. So this mod is pretty perfect for me. And since we've experimented with LifeGen, the game's been updated several times, which brings us to the current version, which now you can actually save your game. That's something we couldn't do when I first recorded the video with Egret Slash, I believe their name was. It's been a while since I recorded, almost a month. But yeah, there's also the ability to talk to other cats. Like, you could like click on the cat and like there's like some options to talk to them, insult them. Interesting, didn't know that was a thing. I believe there's also like the most recent update allows you to go on murdering sprees, but you'll probably get caught. So that's a thing to consider. But, I don't think we're gonna be doing murdering sprees. We're just a little kit. We're just little Copperkit here. Who just wants to have fun. Look at you. Aw. And little Copperkit is charming and a restless sleeper. But yeah, I did think that using LifeGen might be a good way to bring back Wyvernclan in one form or another. This isn't the original Wyvernclan, but we're going to say that like this is generations and generations down the line. In fact, I have actually gone ahead and edited our StarClan guide to be Copperstar herself. It's not exact. I got as close as I could. I didn't change the traits or anything. I didn't change a ton of stuff. I just changed the appearance mostly and age. But Copperstar was the founder of Wyvernclan, and now she is our StarClan guide, and she is never gonna fade. She is the first cat that we had in ClanGen, period, and we will always remember her. But yeah, as you can see, there's not as many cats as we left off Wyvernclan with. Like, when we left Wyvernclan, there were like nearly 100 cats in the clan, and I had to use a random generator I made to start creating like new events to start culling the cats. Like, this was back before the mass extinction events were a thing, and there was no relationship thing, so I was like using the generator to keep track of people's like friendships and everything. It was getting to be a very tedious process, editing the generator every episode, and then recording, and then editing the generator, taking some notes on who was talking to who, etc. It was very tedious. It was a very long process. But now we have mass extinction events. The game's been edited with a lot of new events. There's fancy new backgrounds. We have fancy, like, UI and such. It's so much better than it was, to be fair. Like, the game has come a long, long way since we played with Wyvernclan. So far, so long. It's been over a year? I've lost track. But yeah, for now though, for LifeGen, we are playing with little Copperkit, who is a descendant of Copperstar herself. Like, of course, these cats were all like generated by the game itself. It will say clan founder, but we're going to be using our imagination and saying that like Copperkit is a descendant of Copperstar herself. Not a reincarnation, just a descendant, and was named in honor of the clan's founder, whose blood runs in her veins. Back in the days of Wyvernclan, Copperstar actually had a single kit named Badgerhope, who was a little dark brown kit that honestly was very, very cute. Was like a little smoke not a tabby, just like a little smoke brown kit. It was super cute. And coincidentally, kind of works out in our favor that Copperkit's dad, Loachmoon here, is a dark brown cat. So it makes sense that Loachmoon could be a descendant of Badgerhope, and for our purposes, yes, Loachmoon is one of Badgerhope's descendants, generations down the line. But yeah. Coincidentally, apparently, like, when I first loaded up the game, it said Loachmoon was female. But like I hit the next moon button so I could like make sure like it didn't say like we were found outside the clan. Loachmoon is now a trans male, which is really awesome. And our other dad, Raindusk, is really, really cool looking. Look at him. We definitely have his eyes, but like he is just cool. Raindusk is so cool. Also cunning, incredible runner, and a good teacher. I really love the way Raindusk looks. Look at him. He is awesome. And just like the last time we played LifeGen, we have two dads. But this time we can say that Loachmoon probably had us like actually biologically. So that is what I'm going to be saying too for this, because we are a descendant of Copperstar. And we also have a little sibling named Hawkkit. Not necessarily a little sibling, but they do come after us in like the order when we look at the cat list. And she is charming and confident with her words, and she is very, very pretty. I can't wait to see what she grows up to be like. And we are We are just so cute. Look at us. Look at the two of us. We're both charming, which I love. So again, Wyvernclan has been reduced to these low numbers, and the reason? I don't know. Who can really say? Perhaps it really was the overpopulation issue, maybe it was war, maybe it was something else, but our low numbers have led us here. Copperkit doesn't know why they have low numbers, Copperkit doesn't know any better, Copperkit is just a kid, they just opened their eyes today. Like, literally. And we're not going to be following every cat all that closely either, we're just going to be following those that Copperkit shows an interest in, those that we might be close to, those we might become enemies with, and again, we're not going to talk to every cat. We'll probably talk to maybe 5 a day. Because that is a new thing we can do, is talking to them. I literally just said that, didn't I? But yeah. By the way, unlike past ClanGen episodes, I'm not really going to be doing much editing for this series, other than, like, adding some music in the background and putting some fan art at the start if we get any. Because I have found editing to be a very tedious process, especially for this series. So instead I'm going to be kind of looking at the little, like, how long I've been recording in my recording program, see that, like, just kind of like time myself to make sure that episodes don't go too long. It's means that episodes may have like a more consistent length, but they may not have the same number of moons pass by in them. So, and you'll probably also learn why I cut my videos down, and you'll have to deal with those awkward silences and pauses that plague me when I'm trying to think of what to do next. I'll probably cut them out if they're like more than 5 seconds long or something, because it leaves like a considerably visible gap in the editing software that I use. So, yeah, that's a thing. And I know that there's some people who've been leaving comments on like some of my other videos like, oh my gosh, why do you talk so much? Or like, oh my gosh, like blah blah blah. Look, this isn't like, I'm trying to think. This is part of the reason I talk, is because I have trouble putting my thoughts in order. I know that some of you guys might be glad I'm doing some less talking, but I'm sorry you have to sit through my awful voice going on and on, but like, listen, I like to explain my thought process. I like to explain what I'm doing when I play the game, so that people can understand why I'm choosing to do the things that I'm doing. I like to explain so that I can try and find a way to connect certain story elements to each other and make it something cohesive, rather than just reading off like whatever pops up and leaving it at that, because that's like, that gets repetitive. It doesn't wind up making an interesting story if like that's literally all I'm doing. I want to find a way to make the story unique and interesting and weave all the little elements together to try and make something cohesive, I suppose. This is also a text-based game, meaning that there's going to be a lot of talking when you record it, because what else are you going to do? Like, how else, like, if I say like, oh yes, Model Flake wants to get to know Raindusk better, and I could like go into detail about like, oh yes, maybe Model Flake wants to become Raindusk's friend, how well do they know each other, etc, etc. If that's an issue for you, I don't know why you're watching the videos. I'm not saying that to be mean, I'm just wondering why you're watching a text-based game being narrated by somebody who likes telling stories, if that's what you don't like. But if you do like listening to me rambling on and finding different threads to link different events together, then please do consider subscribing. It's free, and if you change your mind, you can unsubscribe at any time. But I also do more storytelling in other videos I make, like Wildermyth or The Sims, and it's something I really hope that you all enjoy too, so please consider checking those videos out too. Anyways, now, yeah, even I've had enough of my own rambling, so let's get on with the video, shall we? But yes, we do have little Copperkit here. Under the soft silvery glow of the moon, you are born to Raindusk and Loachmoon as Copperkit. Nestled in the warm, mossy den, you are surrounded by the comforting scent of your family, including Hawkkit. The murmur of the clan outside the nursery is a distant lullaby as you drift to sleep. Aww, that is very, very cute. It does say that it doesn't tell you like how you were born or what your origins are until you click time skip 1 moon. like, after you first make your newborn kit. So, like, at first, it didn't save my parents. I don't even think Copperkit was in the clan until I hit time skip 1 moon, and then Copperkit was spawned in as a sibling. And this was what popped up, and that is what, like, made me decide, okay, this is going to be the version of Copperkit that I use, because I did actually try and make Wyvernclan a little bit before, and it said, like, oh, we were found outside the clan. And I was like, well, that means we can't be Copperstar's descendant. I mean, we could be, maybe, but it doesn't work out like that very well. It makes it a little harder to know for sure. But, like, the kit was literally named Copperkit, like, before I even selected them. But, like, this one, this Copperkit I actually had to name myself. But regardless, it's all gonna work out, don't worry. Meanwhile, in the rest of the clan, no ceremonies, no births or deaths. Copperkit wishes they could get their pelt to shine like Hazelfur's. Aw. Who's Hazelfur? Well, it says we have a low negative effect, but let's go ahead and find Hazelfur. Where is Hazelfur? The deputy is finding Moonpaw annoying. Oh boy. And you're a righteous cat. Interesting. Okay, well, let's talk to you. Hey there, little furball. How's your day going? Keeping out of trouble, I hope? Being a kid is all about playing and learning. You've got a lot of learning to do before you become an apprentice. Try to listen to your mother and the elders. They have lots of wisdom to share. Remember, even though you're small now, one day you might be deputy or even leader. See, this is something that's new to, like since I last played ClanGen, you can talk to cats. You can get to know them, become their friends through this, I think. It's very interesting. Though I have heard some complaints that, this is my first time actually playing it since talking was added. But I do remember seeing some complaints that, like, oh, hey, there's too many of, like, the talking to cats is, like way too, like, inspirational or motivational. I just want some casual stuff. So I actually have gone in and modded, like, some more casual text into my version of the game. The one that I'm playing with currently. I don't know if that's going to be something that I can carry on, but it'll be interesting. And I only did it for, like, warriors. Hazelfur's a deputy, so probably will stay motivational forever. And always remember, being brave isn't about not being scared. It's about facing your fears. Thank you. I guess I hit back now. Okay. But yeah, Hazelfur is at least giving us some motivational stuff. I think, like, we're a kit. We're probably finding them, like, a little, like, that whole thing a little bit tedious. Like, yeah, okay. But, let's see. Who else do we want to talk to? Let's talk to Dad. Let's talk to Loachmoon. Have you ever observed the forest at dawn? It's as if the world is waking up, shaking off the darkness and embracing the new day. The rustling leaves, the chattering birds, the scurrying creatures, each a note in the symphony of the forest. You learn to love these sounds, not just for their beauty, but for the stories they tell. The forest talks. You just need to learn to listen. Each morning is a promise of a new beginning, a fresh chance to leave your mark, to live the warrior code. There's a kind of magic in these early hours. It's a reminder that life persists, that our clan persists, no matter the challenges. Okay, yeah, more motivational stuff, but that is actually something that I think we kind of think about. It's like, okay, so listening to the forest? Okay. Loachmoon thinks about all the mistakes they've made. Loachmoon, what have you done? What mistakes are you talking about? Are you okay? I mean, you are an insecure cat, aw, but you are a great hunter. And apparently you have an apprentice in Moonpaw. Okay. Let's see. Speaking of, this is Moonpaw. Why don't we chat with Moonpaw? Moonpaw is apparently oblivious and a picky nest builder. Okay, well, let's chat with Moonpaw. New Leaf, it's like the whole forest is waking up from a long sleep, don't you think? Trees are budding, the prey is coming out of their hiding spots, everything feels alive. I love how the sun feels warmer and the days get longer. Training becomes more fun when you can feel the warm sun on your pelt, and the longer days mean more time to practice. So yeah, I do see what people are talking about with everything being super motivational, but I'll probably, like, start adding some more casual text to my iteration, to the one I'm playing with, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be an update that adds more casual text as well, but anyways. The flowers, they're kind of pretty too. I know Medicine Cat, but I can still appreciate them. Yeah, flowers are pretty. Pretty, okay. Of course, that's how I was talking. You can actually see like the little white flowers in the camp as well. It is very nice. And let's talk with our sibling, Hawkkit. Hawkkit is asking Goldstar about their day.
Hey, do you know any new games we could play? I'm tired of playing the same old games. I bet you know some fun ones. Can you teach me? I promise not to be too clumsy. Awesome! Let's call the other kids as well.
What other kids?
The more the merrier, right? Wait for me. I'll bring my lucky pebble. Can't start a game without it.
Aw, look at you, little Hawkkit. Hawkkit's got a little lucky pebble. That's actually super cute. I don't know how we would know any games that Hawkkit doesn't know, but I mean, they are literally the same age. But sure, we'll try and invent some new games. Maybe we can bat your lucky pebble around, or maybe you wouldn't like that. Who knows? Actually, now I think about it, what are your relationships, Copperkit? Let's see, you get along with Moonpaw, you get along with Modelflake. Hawkkit, you have some dislike towards, but you mostly like, and you're a little jealous. Aw. Loachmoon, you like. Hazelfur, you get along with. Echo Wisp, Fruit Talon, Lavender Spots. Cricket Leaf, Goldstar, we get along with the leader, have a little bit of respect for as well. Wild Pot, we don't get along with Rain Dusk. We don't get along with Dad. Why is that? And we're kind of neutral towards Long Cinder, more respect than anything. What is the deal with Rain Dusk? What does Rain Dusk think of us? Rain Dusk very much it feels secure with Loachmoon. Let's see, platonic like for most everybody. You like us more than we like you. Maybe it's just who knows. And you don't know Hawkkit. That's interesting. Huh, that's weird. Anyways, it'll say patrol here. Actually, interesting. We can actually do more normal patrols with the cats in the clan. Or we can just focus on ourselves. That's interesting. Does it change? Let's just go on a kit patrol. You see an older kid attempting to climb a tree near the camp border. The idea of an aerial view of the camp sparks your curiosity. Again, some of these will say stuff that doesn't necessarily apply. There are no older kits in the clan currently. Maybe it's Hawkkit. Maybe Hawkkit was born a little bit before us. Who knows? Your attempt is valiant, but the tree proves too difficult to scale at your age. You tumble down to the ground with a thump. Aw, poor little Copperkit. And I'll probably just randomly do some patrols. I'll probably stay silent so I can actually cut them out, but all the other cats I'm not gonna be focusing on. So I'm just gonna ignore what's going on with them. Of course, if something interesting does happen, like someone new joins the clan, I will say that. Copperkit doesn't know exactly what happened. Copperkit is just a kit. But a former kitty pet has joined the clan named Buchito. So Buchito? Aww. Little Buchito is deep dark forest spawned and a good kit sitter. Okay then. And they have red cough. Oh, that is very dangerous. I hope our medicine cat can handle it. That does give me an idea though. Wouldn't it be interesting if we're super curious about this newcomer and we want to go investigate them, who they are, but we get stopped by the medicine cat? Let's talk to the medicine cat. Oh, you are a curious little one, aren't you? Sneaking into my den again to explore. I see that twinkle in your eyes. You remind me of myself when I was a kit. But remember, young one, this den isn't just for fun. It's a place of healing and rest. The herbs here, they aren't just leaves and flowers. Each has a purpose, a role to play in keeping our clan healthy and strong. So see, this is exactly what I was saying. We're trying to sneak in, see the newcomer, and Long Cinder, the medicine cat, is telling us, hey, you gotta keep it easy. There's cats here that are trying to rest and heal and recover. See this leaf? It's called yarrow. It can help a cat vomit if they've eaten something poisonous. And this one, the bright yellow flower, that's marigold, good for preventing infection and wounds. A medicine cat's duty is not just to heal, but also to listen to StarClan. They guide us, give us omens and signs. It's a big responsibility, but it's also an honor. We are the bridge between our clan and our ancestors. Don't worry, being a kid is the perfect time to learn. Curiosity is a gift, one that you should nurture. Just remember to respect the den and what it represents. Okay, sure. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one teaching a curious kid about the ways of a medicine cat. Will we? Who knows? I'm not sure if that's what Copperkit exactly wants. Copperkit is a restless sleeper. Who knows? We'll see. Let's go on and see what the next moon brings. We've had an eventful day for little Kit. We had a bit of a tumble. We met the new cats who decided to join. Or we didn't meet them. The medicine cat stopped us. But let's go ahead and... It's a stormy day. The rain pounding on the roof of the nursery. You shudder, but then you feel Raindusk's gentle stroke against your fur. A calming presence amidst the uproar. LifeGen shares stories of valiant cats facing such storms, instilling you with the courage and resilience that is the mark of a true warrior. Okay, so today's rainy. That's a little disappointing, but maybe we can still have some fun, I hope. Let's see, there's some health-related stuff. Moonpaw was trying to fluff up their nest when they discovered that they were the victim of a prank, fox stung. Okay, so Moonpaw, Model Flake has had some interesting stuff happening. Oh dear. But relationships, we're mostly going to focus on stuff related to Copperkit. Like, a lot of stuff is happening, we can see it, but where is stuff related to us? Where's stuff related to Copperkit? Copperkit realized that they were too harsh in their judgment of Wildpaw. Okay, I don't know if we've even spoken to Wildpaw yet. But Copperkit, Goldstar, and Echo Wisp had a nice talk while eating. Oh, we're talking to the leader? Well, let's talk to Wildpaw, Goldstar, and Echo Wisp for sure. Also, we're excited for our apprentice ceremony. That's a few moons away, little Copperkit. Don't worry. Let's see, let's talk to Goldstar first. Is wondering what the clan thinks of their leadership. Interesting. And you're childish. Oh dear. Oh well. Ah, my leader ceremony. That was quite an experience. There's something about standing under the vast open sky that makes you feel both very small and incredibly important all at once. You see, when you're appointed leader, it's not just a change in title, it's a fundamental shift in who you are and what you stand for. From that moment on, you're no longer just a cat. You're a symbol, a beacon of hope for your entire clan. And we're probably wondering about, like, stories of, like, Copperstar, like, wondering, like, oh, so, like, Copperstar became, like... This could be translated to, like, a story of Copperstar, like, being, like, the symbol of the clan, like, the founder, and, like, was a beacon of hope for all the cats. Who knows? I remember how the moonlight washed over me as I received my 9 lives. With each life, I felt a surge of energy, of purpose. It was as if the very spirits of our ancestors were pouring their strength into me. Each life came with its own lesson. Courage, justice, compassion, wisdom. The importance of each trait became imprinted on my heart, a guide for the decisions I'd have to make as a leader. And when it was over, I felt different, changed. I was not the same cat who had journeyed to the place of StarClan. I was a leader, strong and ready, filled with the courage and wisdom of countless generations of ancestors. Okay, well, that's quite an interesting story for a little kit. And we also want to talk to Echo Wisp, who is grateful that they've lived so long. Okay, Echo Wisp. Oh, I didn't see you there, Copperkit. What are you doing in the stuffy elder's den? I didn't think cats my age would seem like a lot of fun to a kid like you. Well, elders tell the best stories. It's classic. If you've read any of the Warriors books, the kids are always hanging out in the elder's den. So of course it makes sense. Huh? What's that? You brought me some flowers? Oh, you're too kind. Thank you so much. Really, when you're an elder, it can start to feel like the clan just forgets about you. You've really brightened up my day. Hold on, you want to change my bedding and help me groom? Well, that has been getting harder for me lately, but this is too much. Wait until you're apprentice before jumping into chores. Yeah, we're just 2 moons old. Gotta get a little bigger for that. You should enjoy being a kit while you still can. Though, if it really would make you so happy to help me out, you can bring me a piece of fresh kill for us to share. I'll tell you some stories before bedtime too, okay? Okay, that sounds like a very good idea. I'd love to hear some good stories. I do feel like that's something that we might be super interested in now, is we're hearing lots of stories today. And now let's hear from Wildpaw, who's being scolded scolded by someone for reckless behavior while training. I'm guessing that's a glitch. There's supposed to be a cat's name here. Oh dear.
Do you ever wonder what it's like up there? In StarClan, I mean. There must be loads of cats up there. Do you think that they get any peace? Do they have camps? What about borders? I know they're usually said to be rather free-going and all, but I just sort of wonder, how do they manage it? I can barely handle staying in the apprentice's den since my den mates are chattering on all the time. However they do it, they must be really patient and strong to handle all that chattering.
Huh. Well, I think you only have one den mate, but I guess that's just how it is. Wildpaw is also a lover of stories, so that might be why we've gained a bit more respect for them. And let's see, Loachmoon was also telling a story, so let's hear from Loachmoon. You know, there's nothing quite like the feeling of fresh moss under your paws after a long day. It's soft, cool, and makes the perfect nest. I've tried bracken, feathers, and even ferns, but nothing comes close to moss. It's like sleeping on a cloud. And collecting it? It's a task on its own. There's a certain satisfaction in finding the perfect patch, soft and green, and pulling it up in thick clumps. I can actually imagine that, like, just the idea of, like, being able to, like, dig your fingers into something, like, soft and squishy, like moss, maybe? Like, imagine, like, what it's like getting it, like, a cat, like, digging their claws into it. Like, that'd probably feel, like, really good. Next time you make your nest, give moss a try. I guarantee you'll sleep like you've never slept before. Sure, we can give moss a try. I'm sure that you could actually make our nest for us, considering you're our dad. You are my dad. Boogie woogie. Sorry. Anyways, let's go on another kit patrol. Probably not an actual patrol, but we are going to go exploring. As the moon casts a soft glow over the nursery, a moth flutters its delicate wings, drawing your attention. Its erratic dance captivates you, igniting a challenge within you. Oh? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Like a mini warrior, you spring into action, your eyes locked on the fluttering target. A swift leap and a careful pounce later, you have the moth gently pinned under your paw. The other kit stares at you, their eyes wide with admiration. Yeah, look at us, Hot Kit. We just caught a little moth, and it was super fun and super cool. We are super awesome. We're totally gonna be a really great warrior. And with all of that, though, with all that said and done, I believe that this first episode has gone on for quite long enough. I've been recording for 30 minutes, and I know there's going to be a little bit of an intro I do, kind of explaining some stuff that I don't know how long that is, but it's been about 30 minutes of recording. So I think I'm going to wrap up for now. But guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment down below. We will come back to Wyvernclan very shortly in the future, so if you're not already, please do consider subscribing. And I will see you guys in the future. Stay safe out there, everybody.